All right, we got Batman Rebirth Volume 6. This one is called Bride or Burglar. Bride or Burglar. What do I think of this one? I think this one is a bit of a mixed bag for me. There's four stories in this book, and each story gets progressively worse, but not in a bad way. It's not like the last story is terrible, but I kind of enjoyed each story less and less. But let's talk about the first story. The first story is great. It is very derivative of Gotham Knights #1, written by Devin Grayson back in like the late 90s. And the reason I know that is because that's like my favorite single issue comic book of all time. Well, the first time I read Gotham Knights issue 1, it's like a black and white cover. They weren't even advertising it. They were advertising Batman black and white on that front cover. But the first time I ever read that, my mind was blown. I did not see that twist ending coming. So that's what. So when I was kind of reading this, I'm not even gonna. If you have not read Gotham Knights #1, don't read it. Read this one first and then read it. But I kind of figured out the ending of this one because it's literally the same ending pretty much. But I still really liked it because I don't know. I just really like it. It's pretty much Batman solving a murder, and I guess I shouldn't say it's exactly like the Gotham Knights #1 because while the end result is pretty much the same, the reason why the end result happened, it's a bit different, and I like the difference in this. The reason why what happened. It was very interesting. I didn't see that part coming, but I definitely saw the solution coming, if that makes sense. If you've read both books, you know exactly what I'm talking about, but I really liked it. The second story in here is about Batman and Wonder Woman fighting demons for like half a century together, which the concept of that is insane. They go in this pocket dimension where time is like super, it's like some Inception thing where time is super, super, super slow there. So like 5 minutes in that world is like 40 years in Earth. No, it's flipped. 5 minutes in Earth is like 40 years in that world, or like something like that. Because there's this demon slayer that has been fighting there for decades, and he wants a little break to see his girl. So he brings Batman and Wonder Woman there, and yeah, it's just a really interesting thing. It kind of shows the relationship between Batman and Wonder Woman. You see this demon slayer guy and his girl, and you're kind of rooting for them, and it's really unfortunate because he has to go. You know, he can spend a couple of minutes with her, and then Catwoman is kind of finding about, like, kind of realizing what's really going on in real time about, oh, you didn't tell them that you're going to be there for like that they're going to be there for like literally decades. And he's like, you know, but whatever. But it was really, really good. I really enjoyed that story, and I really hope that somehow down the line they can bring some like machines or something to deal with that, and just kind of, you know, let the guy take a break because he's like literally fighting demons like forever. There's a specific line in in the book about how it doesn't end. Yeah, they're always like the horde is everlasting. That's like the repeating line throughout the book. It's everlasting. It doesn't end. And this guy just wants a little break, and I hope he gets his full break. You know, I hope they find some solution at the end of this run to kind of let him go home, see his girl. You know, yeah. And then we're gonna get to the story that I'm not too keen on, which is the Poison Ivy story. And listen, it kind of annoyed me. And as much as I like Endgame, the new 52 Endgame, as much as I liked it, it really annoys me how one character who isn't even necessarily that powerful can mind control everyone. Like a Joker mind controlled the Justice League. In this one, Poison Ivy, not only did she mind control the Justice League, she mind controlled, I think, the entire Earth. If I remember this correctly, and what the hell is Donald Trump doing in here, bro? That's funny. But yeah, this man, like, she I think it was I don't think it was just America. I think it was like the entire world. She mind controlled, and the only people that is like left sane is Batman, Catwoman, and I believe Harley Quinn. That's it. And it's also the conclusion of this one. It was very underwhelming. I'll just say that it was very underwhelming. I do like how they tied it into the War of Jokes and Riddles, but the way how everything ended, it was just like all this buildup, all this catastrophe, just for it to be a little. I won't say how it ends, but I wasn't very satisfied with the ending. And the last story, I wouldn't say it's a bad story. It probably isn't even. I probably like the Poison Ivy story less than this one, but I just like kind of felt like kind of a nothing burger. It was just pretty much Catwoman finding her wedding dress, and the way she finds her wedding dress is breaking into like a wedding store and stealing a dress. And then I do like the whole like she's looking back at all like like there's so many versions of Batman and Catwoman, and she's kind of like her memories have them all in different suits, different scenarios, and they still can't get down how exactly they met. They both have different versions of how they met because there's so many different versions in continuity of like in at this point in time that's how they met, and this point in time that's how they met. So it's like there's no like one concrete canon solution. Maybe they're gonna say it eventually. I don't know. But at the end, it shows like we find it at the end. She steals the dress. She steals the dress, and then Alfred is like, "Ah, I see you stole the dress, but I'm not gonna tell Master Bruce." She's like, you know your fiance is like a billionaire, right? If you want a dress, he'll buy you the dress. Like you don't need to steal. Like it's just innately in her to steal, which is like cool. But like, I don't know if you want to be like, I don't know. I feel like if this was anyone else, if Batman caught anyone else stealing a dress, bones would be broken. Bones would be broken because it's Catwoman. Alfred's gonna be like, you get a pass. You can steal. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how I feel about it. I'm cool with like Catwoman struggling with like she wants to like commit crimes that she's like that's like part of her. She's like, I gotta steal. It just rubs me the wrong way. And like out of all the things to steal, like you're gonna steal your wedding dress. You're gonna walk down the aisle with Batman, who has spent like a decade fighting against crime, and like the main thing everyone is gonna see is a product of crime. Like I know I'm hyper analyzing over this stupid dress, but it just rubbed me the wrong way. But I don't know. And especially Alfred is like, yeah, that's all. Shh. I'm not gonna tell Bruce. Okay, Catwoman. Okay, you do you. You do you. Again, I have not read Volume 7 yet, but I do know how it ends. I do know. I like. It's kind of hard to not get spoiled about the big twist, which I mean, did y'all really not see that coming? Like, come on, she's a thief. Like, I don't know, whatever. I guess I'll leave that for the next video. Overall, I still enjoyed this book. I don't want to sound too negative about it because the first two stories with the murder mystery, and can we please do more Batman murder mysteries? Like when Batman is solving crimes, when Batman is doing detective work, when Batman is just in his detective bag, the world's greatest detective, that is like my favorite version of Batman. I like Batman the crime fighter. I like Batman, the Justice League member. Batman the detective is my favorite version of Batman. So please, can we do more Batman detective stories? And I do like the story with Wonder Woman. Last two stories, they weren't bad. Actually, no, I would say the Poison Ivy one was bad. I did not enjoy reading the Poison Ivy one. The final story with Catwoman, I didn't hate it. I just was a bit frustrated with it. Overall, like, it's a 7 out of 10. It's still a really good, really solid book, and I still do think I like it more than those first 4 volumes with like I Am Bane, I Am Suicide, Wardrobes and Riddles. Honestly, volumes 5 and 6 have been my favorites so far. And I don't know, I don't hear, again, just like kind of how I didn't hear much people talk about volume 5. Not much people has talked about this one, People definitely talked about the wedding chapter in the next video, but yeah, I've never really like seen a YouTube video with anyone reviewing this. Maybe I don't watch enough Batman YouTube videos, so actually after this video I'm gonna go out of my way and see if there's a review on this and see what other people think about it, because I actually don't know. And that's it.